Liuli, how dare you go to the Pei's mansion and make clothes for them? Your aunt is a concubine. Aren't you afraid you'll be recognized by her? It would all be for nothing. Annie should be blamed too. I thought you were reliable. I now know I was wrong.
Uncle, my aunt lived with her parents back then. I had no idea she was married into the commandant's mansion, which also helped elevate Shangfu. It's my fault, not Annie's at all.
No, I should be blamed. Liuli may be in danger now. You're right, I was in the wrong. Though Annie knows Banyan Yunyang of the Pei's mansion, she didn't know Mrs. Coulee was Liuli's aunt. We narrowly avoided a mistake. I'll be more careful from now on.
Hey, Uncle. Thankfully, God is on our side. The day I went to the Pei's mansion, my aunt was out. We narrowly escaped it all.
You must be careful. You've only been back a few days and gotten into such trouble. Now people know you're the daughter of Coulee Yanzhong. Fortunately, they thought it was Shangfu. And nobody found out you're Sun Yang's daughter, though you escaped this time. I'm still worried about this situation. Liuli, from this day on, you'll live at the old house. Don't come back to the Rui store.
Uncle, no! I'll be bored to death!
If you're bored, you can help Annie make clothes and teach her some techniques. Annie, if anyone comes here asking for Liuli, just say she's resigned and you don't know where she went.
I understand. So, I'll go and pick up your painting kit. You can leave now. I'll ask someone to send these over. I'm sure your hunting scene won't be delayed.
Your pathetic self. You failed to marry. You should focus your energy and attention on our store. If we win the Charter Trade Fair, Cao's store will become the industry leader. And with that comes fame and prosperity. By then, the matchmakers will come to us. And then I'll pick the best man for you.
You can run the business in the name of Anne, but how can you enter the fair under her name? How can we win? Now, with the help of that annoying tramp, Annie is stronger than ever.
Do you still remember Jinniang from the wardrobe service?
Auntie, are you speaking of my distant cousin?
That's right. I've asked someone to bring some royal dress examples from Jinniang, and they're already made. The Charters will certainly love them.
You always know what to do.
Who locked the door? Ow! Stop! That hurts! Auntie, if I get hurt, Cao won't have a successor anymore. You didn't hold back.
Cao, what do you have in your arms? You can't fool me. Did you steal our bidding samples from the palace to please that Annie? I'm furious. How the heck did my brother have such a bastard, huh? You're helping outsiders. You dare help our rivals. Why is she so attractive to you? Making you betray us to help her?
Auntie, she's a great woman. She's smart, diligent, and kind. That family relies on her. If she was married to me, I'd actually be stealing the best manager of the Liuli clothing store. I'm not going to help them.
You bastard. Sounds somewhat reasonable. That Annie, if she wants to marry up to us, that's fine. But she needs to prove her loyalty.
Auntie, where are you going?
To bring up the proposal.
Huh?
Cao, this business must be settled. Before the fair.
Auntie, let me out! Auntie! Auntie!
Annie, I must step out for business. I'll send someone over. You can go and spend your time with Liuli so she won't be bored.
Yes.
Cao has a keen eye. You must be a great manager.
What brings Miss Tao here once more? Please just jump to the point.
Fine, I'll level with you. I heard you're a slave purchased by Ansalang.
So what?
Honestly, An is good for you. He even made you a manager. But did it ever occur to you that you're not a man? You still need to be in a good marriage and to rely on your husband.
Husband? I think there is nothing wrong with being independent.
You're just a servant no matter how smart you are. How can you rely on yourself? I'm being straight with you. You're not a good match for my nephew. But unfortunately, Cao is too stubborn and has really fallen for you. Fine. Maybe you could bring us Anne's cloth-making methods to serve as your dowry. I will buy back your freedom and approve your marriage to my nephew. What do you think? Hey, what are you doing? What is this?
I'll take you to court.
What did I do?
You use marriage to impel a maid to steal her master's methods. You're a scammer and a fraud. You can't deny this. I'll take you to court. Let the court decide if you committed a crime. Let's go.
You're an idiot with no perspective. Whatever. It's not up to you.
You...
Your Majesty must have had a good rest yesterday. You look much better than a few days ago.
You've been tired these days. Another sleepless night. Your eyes are puffy. You look tired. Go back and get some rest.
As long as Your Majesty can recover, it doesn't matter how puffy my eyes are or how tired I look. I'm happy to do it. I don't feel tired.
You don't mind, but I do.
Your Majesty, Consort Yang, Prince Cao, and the other consorts and princes have come to pay their respects. Good health to Your Majesty.
Good health to Your Majesty.
Rise.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Are you feeling better, Your Majesty?
Thank you for the elixir Ming brought me. I felt better after taking it. You can leave now. I'll talk in private with Ming and his mother.
Yes.
Yes.
The Crown Prince didn't come today. It's been days.
It seems the rumors are true. The Crown Prince and the Majesty aren't getting on well. He's abandoned himself to drunkenness and drinks to drown his sorrows. How unfortunate.
Concubine Wu.
Hey.
Ming, I heard your house is full of visitors. Busier than the Eastern Palace.
Your Majesty.
Father, the fact that the Crown Prince proposed reforming the Imperial exam, which has made the nobles and bureaucrats worry about their offspring's future prosperity. I dare not form allies.
What do you think about the Crown Prince's reform proposal?
With the best of intentions, the Crown Prince made such a proposal. However...
Go on. Stop hesitating and tell me now.
I believe, as the sovereign of the country, one should possess a broader view. The nobility have always graced the tongue, and our family for generations. The Crown Prince does not like to disappoint scholars. But he didn't realize that if we disappoint the nobility, the country might actually be in danger.
And have you spoken to him about this at all?
The Crown Prince has been upset recently and became addicted to alcohol. He's been at home all these days, so I haven't found the opportunity to talk with him.
Xuan,
Yes.
summon the Crown Prince, will you?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Eunuch Gao, please wait outside the hall. I'll pay respect to His Majesty later.
Your Highness seldom appears in public these days, and there are rumors in the Imperial Palace about Your Highness. In addition, His Majesty has been ill for a long time, and may easily believe them. Please be careful, Your Highness.
Thanks for your kindness.
Your Highness is kind and generous. I'm indebted to Empress Wen De. I stand in support of Your Highness. Your Highness, I'll wait outside in the hall.
Concubine Wu must have had the foresight that His Majesty would summon the Crown Prince. And here comes Eunuch Gao.
As Eunuch Gao implied, His Majesty believes those rumors. That's why His Majesty summoned me.
Success or not, one can never tell. Your Highness only has to perform your duty. His Majesty will know what has happened and who's right.
Your Highness has to go now. Don't keep His Majesty waiting.
Yu Liu. Please take this before departing for Ganlu Hall.
What's this?
Your Highness! Your Highness mustn't take that!
Your Majesty, the Crown Prince is here.
Good health to Your Majesty. Good health to Your Grace. I hear Your Majesty is recovered from your illness. I'm happy to know this. I wish good health to you, And long live your majesty.
What have you been busy with? Why do you look so pale?
I've done some pondering on my own. Though I have lost some weight, I've gained some insights, feeling even more energetic. Your majesty needn't worry about me.
Sure. Have you been drinking?
I haven't touched a drop of drink since that time.
Very well then. Rise.
Thanks, your majesty.
The princes have come to pay their respect. Except for your highness. His Majesty is concerned.
I was thinking I could just wait here, but I was afraid your majesty was still angry. I feared I might bother your majesty. I didn't mean to upset your majesty. I sincerely apologize. Please forgive me. It's all my fault. Please punish me.
The Crown Prince didn't mean it. Your Majesty has just recovered. Please don't be upset.
Your Majesty, it may just have slipped his mind. Eunuch Gao, why does the medicine smell different than before? It seems to smell of wine.
The medicine is the same as before. You've got me wrong, Prince Zhao.
It smells of wine! What's your tongue?
Shren has been wronged. The smell is coming from the Crown Prince. No wonder you look so pale. How dare you say you haven't touched a drop and were locked up in self-reflection? You were just listening to music and drinking every day. Maybe the alcohol has poisoned you, and that's why you can't hold a bow steady. Do you really think you could be my successor? How can you assure me that I can put the country's future in your hands?
Your Majesty scolds me for my own good. I'll not argue. But if I don't argue, your Majesty's health may be affected. My hands tremble because I've been transcribing the sutras.
Transcribing?
I pray for your Majesty, and made a vow before the Buddha that I'd transcribe 100 stanzas. I've locked myself up for days and focused on transcribing them. My wrists are strained, and my muscles injured. My right arm can't control itself, and it still continues to tremble. It's my fault.
Well, if that was all, where did the alcohol smell come from?
I couldn't hold the brush with my trembling hands, but I refused to stop. Shang failed to stop me, so he brought me medicinal alcohol and applied it to my arm. I didn't expect your Majesty would summon me, so I had the medicinal alcohol on my arm.
Summon a physician.
Yes. Wait a second, Eunuch Pan. How can I help you, Prince Zhao? There are many physicians here, but I only trust the skills and morals of Physician's Own. Rest assured, I'll go and bring Physician's Own. Eunuch Pan, fulfill the assignment, and I promise I will not forget it. Thank you for your appreciation.
Liu, go and ask for Physician Zong. Tell him I feel bloated and nauseated, and I heard that he is good at treating such ailments, which is why I asked for him.
Physician Zong is a relative of Consort Yang. He's eager to ingratiate himself with Consort Yang and Prince Hao. Besides His Majesty, he will only see them. Why does Concubine ask for him? What if I can't get him to come?
It must be him, and you should hurry. Just tell him His Majesty recommended him and no one else. Say what I told you, and he can't refuse.
Yes, I'll go right now.
Crown Prince, all that I can do has been done. What's left depends on yourself.
Where is he? Concubine Wu asked him to go to Shanche Hall.
Your Majesty, the trembling in the Crown Prince's right arm is due to overstraining, and it's injured. May I ask why His Highness has been exhausted? Please enlighten me, so I can prescribe the right remedy.
My filial son has been transcribing sutras every day and night, exhausting himself in the process. Physician Jiang, in your opinion, could this be serious?
Your Majesty, filial piety is the root of all virtues. The Crown Prince has shown his incredible filial piety, and His Highness's behavior is exemplary. Rest assured, Your Majesty, though this isn't a small injury, it won't take too long for him to recover.
Fine. Go and write a prescription for the Crown Prince.
Yes.
Sure. Come here. Sure. I mistreated you today.
Tough love. It's the path we must walk down. A father scolds his son for his son's own good.
I really appreciate your understanding, sir. You prayed and transcribed the sutras for me. This is a very good thing. You should have told me to avoid all this.
To pray for Your Majesty is my filial duty as your son. There's no need to broadcast it and for Your Majesty to be concerned. It doesn't matter whether Your Majesty or any others know. As long as it is helpful to you, I'll keep on doing it, regardless of my health.
The Crown Prince's vow to transcribe 100 stanzas is incredibly noble and filial.
Has the Crown Prince finished 100 stanzas in 2 days?
Not yet. By this point so far, I've transcribed 88 stanzas.
88. May I please have the privilege of seeing them with my own eyes? I've ordered servants to bring the Crown Prince's transcripts. Please review them, Your Majesty. Consort Yang and Prince Cao, please.
Bring them here.
Yes, Your Majesty.
As the Imperial Edict states, Crown Prince Li Zhi has transcribed 100 sutra stanzas to pray for his father. In doing so, his arm was injured due to exhaustion. The incredible filial piety he has shown to the world, along with his modesty and persistence, is of saintly quality. I am very pleased and would like to advertise his filial piety to the world. He shall be an example to all princes as well as commoners. End of edict.
We'll surely follow the edict and follow the Crown Prince's example. Annie, please listen to me. Annie, please wait for me. Annie, wait a sec. Annie, please listen to me. Annie, please open the door. Annie, I swear that all I care about is you, and I've never tried to steal Master Anne and her clothing-making method. That was
Look at him.
Anne's idea, swapping the dowry for the craft, and it has nothing to do with me. Annie, please believe
Don't
me.
laugh.
I'm not lying. If I hadn't been caught by her, I should have brought our sample to you to demonstrate my loyalty. I know you'll spare no effort to win the Tartar trade fair. I'd rather lose, if it would make you happy. Annie!
No wonder the Rui clothing store has been so successful. Tao has made a valuable contribution to them.
Stop this nonsense. I'll use my own skills and hard work to complete the orders. I don't care about your dirty tricks. Not one bit. Listen carefully. I've never ever liked you. If you keep this up, we'll no longer be friends. Let's watch. Look at her.
Annie!
Hey, Tao, girls are shy. If she has said so in public, it must be true. Go home. You can come and apologize when she's cooled off.
Let's go, go, go. Let's go. I've seen many situations like this.
Oh, man.
Annie, do you like Tao Wu?
Not at all.
So it's one-sided. You have no affection.
How could I have affection for him? Didn't you hear everything he was saying out there? So annoying. How will people think of me if they have no idea? I think it must have been deliberate. He must know of how much I care for our store's reputation, so he came to make trouble like his aunt.
One's reputation. Right! Why didn't it occur to me?
What?
I have an idea to deal with Pei Xingjian. You're a businesswoman, and you care about your reputation. What about him? He's a scholar of Sumen, where the government pays him. If I tell the public that he illegally pocketed other people's property, he'd be finished. Then, he'll tearfully and regretfully return my mother's stuff to me.
Brilliant. What's your plan, then?
Now that we've found his weakness, he'll be knocked out by a single blow.
Liuli, I think it's an unpredictable attack. I thought this flower-shaped dress still needed something. But I couldn't figure out what was missing or what the problem was. Now that you have covered it in gaze, the gorgeous and luxurious sense of the outfit is not compromised and has an extra layer of beauty. It's wonderful. With this dress, I'm more confident about tomorrow's competition.
Annie, it's you that made that dress beautiful. I just tried to augment the beauty. The merits of this dress lie in the fact that it's gorgeous. But the beauty was way too direct and obvious. All we needed was to cover it with a layer of gauze, which made it better.
What are you doing?
These pleading words are very sad, and it needs some tears to make it look real.
I apologize.
Isn't that by the Crown Prince? Oh, let me have a look.
Yes.
I was hesitant regarding the reform of the imperial exam. But after reading the Crown Prince's comments, I find that it would make a lot of sense, and change is needed. It'll be crucial to future generations. The Crown Prince is a far-sighted man, for he is the first son of the former Empress and myself.
Concubine, may I ask you a question?
Sure.
Neither the Crown Prince nor Prince Hao is your friend. Why do you help the Crown Prince?
He's honest and kind, frank and ambitious. He cares about the common people. When I look at him, I'm reminded of when I entered this palace, clueless as can be. He just hasn't realized that blind ambition is not the key to success. Not even close. It would be cruel for him to learn such things at this age. When it occurs to him, it might be too late.
Morning. Morning.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, everyone. Morning.
I see a smile on your face. Do you have good news?
You are correct. I have news so great that it will benefit generations.
Huh? Can you tell me?
Didn't you hear about it? The Crown Prince persisted with the reform and presented a conceptual plan to His Majesty, offering methods to reform it. His Majesty has decided to eliminate the defects in the imperial exam.
It's a big deal. Of course, I heard about it. If changes are made to the exam, the promotion system will be reformed as well. One event may set off a chain of events. In the Simmon Academy, from scholars to academics alike, many of them are worried about this. Be careful that your joyfulness doesn't come back to bite you in the end.
This reform will benefit more than one generation. It's like scraping poison off the bone. There will always be brave young men fighting for a better future. What should I fear? Moreover, Or more importantly, it's our country's and commoners' fortunes that the Crown Prince has been far-sighted enough. We are very fortunate.
I heard Xuexiu failed to impress erudite Hongwen and has turned to our own erudite, following him the whole day like a shadow. It seems he'll be promoted soon.
Why does the erudite like him so much?
Why not? He first pleased Prince Cao, and the erudite is in the prince's circle. Now you should understand why the atmosphere here has been so gloomy. Most of the men here follow Prince Cao, and he has dissented from the Crown Prince's political view. The Crown Prince wants reform, which has been vehemently objected by Prince Cao. I've said too much. Be careful, Mr. Pei.
Do you know the one thing Mr. Shu mentioned?
No, we don't know.
No, I don't know.
I can't bear it anymore. Oh no.
Fuza, where did he go? What are you doing? This is Shunzi's bed.
Shunzi has gotten himself into trouble. He may not be able to come back. If he can walk out alive in the discipline service, I'll give it back to him, all right?
Huh?
You... What are you doing? You bastard!
Give it to me. It's mine.
You shouldn't take away his things.
Give it to me. What are you doing?
Fuza, let it go. Fuza. Anyway, he'll be back soon. At the time, he can move back in. Let's go. We have things to do.
Oh.
Hurry up. Come on.
You know, I still have some questions about the teacher's explanations. Assistant Xu, can you explain it?
Pleasure to see you, erudite.
Assistant Xu, what's the matter?
Erudite, can we speak in private? Erudite, the cargo has arrived. According to my understanding, it should be accepted by the Silman Academy.
I didn't expect this would even reach your ears.
Xuexiu has just joined the inner circle of Prince Cao. I know I'm not well qualified, so I'd like to recommend myself and hope you can give me a chance to prove myself.
The cargo is all that matters. You can't be too careful.
Thank you for the promotion. I'll be cautious and make sure everything's in place.
燃烧过